guys, it's Jess from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with the end of year book tag. I know I am probably like the last person to do this, but everyone's been doing it and I realized I never filmed it. So I believe Ariel created this like 3 years ago, 2 years ago. It was a while ago, but I am here to talk about the last remaining month and week of 2019. I'll go ahead and get to the questions. The first question is, are there any books that you have started that you still need to finish this year? I typically don't not finish books. It's very rare for me to not finish a book unless it's DNFing it. So the only one, I have two, and one of them was the one I started last year and want to finish, but the first one is War by Laura Thalassa. That book is just giant, and I was reading it on my Kindle, and I just had so many other things I had to read that I just put it off, and I never went back to it, so I definitely want to finish War. And the next book I'm challenging myself to finish is Voyager by Diana Gabaldon. I got to page 372 on my vacation of 2018. So I remember reading this on the way home from the Bahamas when I went with my family, and I was reading the entire time we were traveling. They stopped me at the airport because I had this and Outlander in my backpack, and they thought it was suspicious because they were two chunky things in my backpack. But I need to finish this, and I never got around to finishing it, and I want to continue on with the series, especially because they're filming season 5, which means they're filming book 5, so I need to catch up. Question 2 is, do you have any autumnal reads to transition into this time of year? And to me, in Ohio, it's pretty much winter. We skipped fall, but when it's autumn, this would have worked if I did this video earlier. I really do like to read more paranormal books in the fall, but this year I've been reading some more thrillers, and so I would like to read a Stephen King book soon, and I feel like that's a good book to kind of transition myself. If you guys, I don't know if I've posted it yet. I filmed a book haul, and I have 5 new Stephen King books that I hauled this month, and one of them's 11/22/63, and that one is 800 pages, and the other 4 are shorter, so I might read Misery. I'm not sure yet, but I do want to read some more thrillers to kind of keep up that fall vibe. The next question is, there any new releases you're still waiting for? Definitely yes. I am waiting for Candy Steiner's new book, Manhattan. She just dropped that she's releasing it in December. Very, very excited for that. That is the 3rd book in the On the Rocks series. I don't remember if it has a different name, but it is the Becker brothers, and I loved book 1. I enjoyed book 2, so I'm excited for book 3. We also have a book from Charlie Rose coming sometime in the winter, so I don't know if that means it's coming in 2020 or if it's coming in December. It's probably coming in 2020, and it is called Tell Me Pretty Lies. We don't know really anything else about it. We don't have a cover, we don't have a synopsis, but it's Charlie Rose, so I'm excited. We also don't know when we're gonna get a new Penelope Douglas book. She was writing Motel. I don't know if that's coming soon or not. She's still writing book 4 in the Devil's Night series, but I doubt that's coming anytime soon, so we haven't gotten a new Penelope in a while. And the other 2 books I have, one's just came out, and that is Where Winter Finds You by J.R. Ward. I'm gonna read this soon. Very, very excited for this. This is the novella released in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series, even though it's 400 pages long, and it is Trez's story, so it is released in mass market. It's not officially a new Black Dagger Brotherhood book, but it's kind of like a spin-off because Tred gets an HEA, I think, in this book. And then coming out December 10th, which I'm hoping to read next week, is Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. I got an arc of this and I just haven't had the time to read it, and I was sent a finished copy. So thank you to Montlake for sending me the finished copy, but I am going to do a whole reading vlog for this book, and it is a romance and it has to do with a mother-daughter relationship. So very, very excited to read this. The next question is 3 books you want to read before the end of the year. The first one's going to be Voyager. I'm going to force myself to read this, even though it's intimidating because it's giant and I still have 700 pages to read because it's over 1,000 pages long, and I've read 370. So I definitely have to read this. I also really want to read The Hardest Fall by Ella Mays. Ella Mays has easily become one of my favorite authors this year. I've read 2 of her books this year for the first time, and they are so good. I read Marriage for One and then To Love Jason Thorne, so I plan on listening to the second book in the To Love Jason Thorne books on Audible Escape, and I have to read this one. It is a college football romance, I believe, so very excited to pick this up. The new Cassandra Clare book comes out in 2020, and I am not caught up whatsoever. I read the first 3 when I was back a sophomore in high school. Guys, that was like over 10 years ago. So it's been a long time since I've read the City of Bones series, whatever, Mortal Instruments series. I have recently read The Infernal Devices. Love those, but my goal is to reread the first 3 books of the Mortal Instruments series in December. So then I can read the next 3 books in January, and then the new 3 books in February, and be ready for the newest Cassandra Clare release, which I believe is coming in March. I may be wrong, but I think so. So I really need to read this book as well. The next question is there a book that'll shock you and still become your favorite? Now, I do need to read The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black, but based on reviews, I don't think that's going to be a favorite, so we'll see about that. I also plan on doing an author binge video of Tillie Cole and Brittany C. Cherry, hopefully before the end of 2019, and those two authors are amazing, and I have heard the best things about Eleanor and Gray. I also plan on reading A Wish for Us by Tillie Cole and continuing on in the Hades Hangman series by her, so some of those could jump to be my favorites. I would not be surprised either if Ella Mays gives me another favorite as well, because she's amazing, and so The Hardest Fall could be one of my favorites as well. And then the last question is, have you started your plans for reading in 2020? And that is a big no. So I was watching Chandler Ainsley's video for this, and she is already like super organized about what she's gonna read. I have no idea what I'm reading in 2020. We will see when the time comes. I have like ideas floating in my head, but I really am a mood reader, and so I will just pick up a lot of random books all throughout the year, and who knows what I'm gonna be reading next year. I have no idea. I could want to pick up completely new series. There are a lot of series I want to read by authors whose series are like at least 10 books long. There are a lot of backlist authors, so like Patricia Briggs series, we have Laura Sion series, Nalini Singh I really want to get more into, and Kresley Cole series I really have to get into. I have so many authors I want to be reading, so no. I do not have any definite plans for next year's reading whatsoever. And that is the end of the year book tag. Let me know down below if you have any reading plans that are exciting for the end of the year. I do know that there is going to be the 'Tis the Season-a-thon, which I'm participating in, and I think that's the only readathon I'm doing in December, and the rest is all free reading for me, and I have big plans to read a lot of books. I have a week and a half off, which is not that long. I grew up with 2 weeks off, and for some reason the past 2 years we've only gotten the first week of Christmas and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we go back on the 2nd. I don't know who's making these calendars, but we need a full 2 weeks for Christmas, like I did every single year when I was growing up. But next year we go back to 2 weeks. That's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.